the figurine known as the Goddess, museum number HM63. 2. The discovery and reconstruction. My sisters and I enjoyed good lives at the start. We were crafted mainly from ground down quartz, with metallic elements added for colour and life. Then water was splashed on, gradually forming a paste. Each part of our bodies was manipulated separately, preciously, and our fragments partially dried before being assembled into a distinctive individual pose. Pallid shadows of our future selves, our vibrant, transparent, glossy magnificence was only revealed after transformation in a burning inferno. We thrived on the attention we received in one of the numerous ceremonial hubs. We were exhilarated by the animated commotion, the drumming, chants and cries, then lulled by the still, dusky downtimes. The smell of sweat, herbs, incense, and occasionally roasting meat wafted through the rooms. I can't recall the details of the end of this utopia, so stunned was I by the shock of the chaos and brutality that left us, again, in pieces. What remained of us was buried in an underground coffin, which was so large we couldn't tell how far it went in any direction. It was filled in, rubble covering a layer of smashed riches, hastily snatched up but carefully hidden away. Then, nothing. A free fall to nowhere, suspended in suffocating dirt. Silence, darkness, anosmia, an existence so stripped of stimulation there was nothing to think or feel. Not all of me made it to this sensory void. My left arm, much of my skirt, and the top of my hat were lost, my serene face damaged and chipped, and my neck broken. My remaining snakes clung to me more tightly than ever. And this was the new reality for a period I had no way of measuring. But it changed. The vibrations came initially, steady thuds, which switched to scraping. Then our fragments heard the voices, muffled at first, becoming clearer. Finally, the light burst in, and an overwhelming rush of fresh air hit my right arm, then the rest, reborn in turn. I was exposed in more ways than one, disclosed and defrocked. I felt more vulnerable in this shattered nakedness than I ever did when proudly displaying my conspicuous breasts alongside my sisters. I'm frozen as the men scramble around, pawing at the dirt to find my skirt, pressing fragments against me in a futile attempt to make me complete and decent. Some men trace their thick sausage fingers over my breasts and waist, smutty bravado veiling their awkwardness. Others are more cautious, their respect driven by their curiosity or even awe, an anxious hunt to restore their treasure. It seems I now belong to them. Later, our fragments are methodologically laid out. They never found my skirt, but another one survived without my sister's upper body. It's too large to be mine, but fires their imagination. Far from the craft rooms of my old world, these modern men create a new plaster garment for me, fitting in my remains where they can, fixing it all together with metal pins. This prosthetic allows me to stand again, and, a new sensation, I am branded with my unique mark of 63 on my front for all to behold. They also fashioned me a new left arm, taking my right one as a guide, and while my right hand loosely cradles the head of my snake with trusting intimacy, they have me grip his new tail with incomprehensible control. He tells me it hurts. They struggle with the snakes. Some of the remodelling is guesswork. The reconstructed snake's head on my hat gets an almost comical grin. It feels odd to me, but pleases them. I don't recognise myself. I used to be a brightly coloured, vicious sheen, but now I'm dulled to an autumnal wash. The lead man realises this. I hear him surmising that the tiara fragment he holds to my head, now turned brownish, would have originally been purple. He decides to call me Goddess. I like the promotion. We are shifted about, settled for periods, and then the humans seem to change their minds. I'm set in another tomb, see-through this time, with one of my sisters who has also been patched up. 2 objects are attached behind us on the wall, and painted shells are scattered far from our feet like cowering supplicants. I stare out into a room of the reconstructed remains of my first world. Gazing at least from my own head, my poor sister has a replacement. Humans pause to scrutinise me to a degree they never did before. The room alternates, very bright and echoey for periods, then fading to a dulled, gloomy hush. Never the drama and joy and raucous energy of the initial ceremonies. I am still revered, but I miss the human touch.